guys, I'm in my old bedroom today. Did you guys know I actually got this from Goodwill? Whose family member of the person that passed away put this in Goodwill? Because there's literally no other way that this ended up in Goodwill. Who got rid of this?
Whoever you are, thank you.
This was like one of the best finds of my entire life. I did want to show you guys something real quick. Look at this. I've had this for a while, but it's just so pretty. I'm pretty sure I got this vinyl from Target a couple of years ago, and on the front it has the actual Thriller, but you know, I put this out since it's Halloween. But yeah, it's so festive. I did a couple of commentary videos recently, so I decided I would switch it up and do a let's talk again, because there's two things I want to talk about that you guys have mentioned to me, and they're both not great things, actually, unfortunately.
Here we are. Yes, another week.
Let's start with the first one, which is not great, but I don't think it's as bad as the second one. And that is Queen's use of AI in Queen's most recent music video that they put out for When It Comes Down. I was not expecting that. Queen put out this video, which I did watch it. I'm gonna try to put clips in here of it, and hopefully I don't get in trouble for that with YouTube. I'll, you know, show you guys some of what the AI looked like. Hopefully it'll be fine. But this is what it looks like. And if I can't show it, I will put the link to the music video in the description if you haven't seen it. Let me just say I love that song. I do appreciate them, you know, wanting to put out new content for us, but I personally was not a fan of the use of AI. To me, it's like, you know, Queen definitely has footage that they could release. In fact, I've literally seen new Freddie pictures in the past month, so I feel like there's plenty of content that they could release. I would much rather, even if the footage they release is low quality, I would honestly prefer that rather than AI. I don't think AI is just all bad. I do think some of it is very cool, but in this video, it didn't look good. They're still working out some kinks with AI. I wasn't expecting it to be perfect, but it was kind of scary at certain parts. You know, faces are morphing. It doesn't look right. It was a little sloppy in my opinion. You know, Freddie was a graphic design student. I saw many people in the comments. I'm just kind of trying to think, you know, things that people said in the comments. A lot of people were like, you know, Freddie was a graphic design major. Like, how could y'all do this? I feel like he wouldn't like this. Also, I saw comments saying that the auto-tuning of Freddie's voice, like they used, I don't know if it was strictly auto-tune or if they used some kind of pitch correction. I know we've had this issue with Live at the Rainbow, which honestly I have heard without pitch correction on Freddie's voice for those performances. I've also heard the Live at the Rainbow Blu-ray, which I actually have. Personally, I didn't think it was so much done to his voice that I couldn't listen to it. I've actually just kind of gotten used to it at this point, to be honest. They did use some kind of effect on Freddie's voice in that release of the Blu-ray version. I know a lot of people had a problem with it. I prefer Freddie's voice without it, but they, you know, used it for that. But again, I just kind of got used to it because I've seen that DVD so many times. Apparently they did that in this video as well. I do hear it a little bit. I wasn't crazy about that. Yeah, I do think AI can be used in a cool way, but in this situation, I definitely wasn't thrilled about it. Again, I appreciate them trying to put out new content for us, but this was just not what we wanted. I know one comment was like, where's like unreleased footage from Japan? Because I'm sure they have a lot from Japan. I mean, they were very popular there. I would love to see that. That would be super cool. Again, it doesn't have to be top-notch quality. I feel like at this point, you know, we just want to see anything new, even if it's not the best quality. If it kind of looks like Minecraft, whatever, like... So that is my opinion. That's how I feel about it. The next thing we're going to be talking about is pretty controversial.
How many people were scared? Me too. I was really, really scared.
And it is what Janet Jackson said. Yes, I'm going to address it. Look, I don't usually bring a whole lot of politics onto my channel. I used to not really care about politics like that. Now it's like, oh, if I don't vote, I could potentially lose my rights. Oh, if I don't vote, I feel like communities of people that I love and care about could potentially be in serious danger and not have basic human rights. Like, that is where we are right now. Yes, I am going to be voting for this November, but with that being said, I do not put these politicians on pedestals. I really have seen a lot of issues with politicians. There are a lot of greedy people in politics and a lot of people who do not have the people that are voting for them's best interest at heart. With that being said, I am voting for the person that I feel is best to be president. I know that a lot of us are sick and tired of this back and forth, and we genuinely just want change so we can live our lives and not be in crippling debt and be able to retire and have good health insurance and literally just have a normal life. We want a house to live in. We want food on our table. Is it really that much to ask, So I get that. Now, a lot of celebrities have, spoken out about politics. I personally do not care if celebrities do that. I feel like even though celebrities live a lot different lives than us, if they're wanting to fund a campaign that could potentially help lots of communities of people, I think that's great, especially communities that have been discriminated against. But anyways, Janet, she made a comment about Kamala. This is the exact quote. So that's what she said. And a lot of people were like, why did she say that? And I was one of those people as well. I try to watch what I say on the internet, especially when it comes to stuff like this. So I did not mention this when I originally filmed this video, so I'm just gonna say it now. I feel like, especially as a celebrity, like I don't expect these celebrities to, come out and know exactly how things work in politics or, understand every single issue that is going on around the world. As someone who a lot that's going on right now, I've had to try my best to, educate myself with factual information. I understand that the internet, there is so much misinformation and people trying to push hurtful rhetoric and, certain agendas on the internet, these news sources, especially with like Fox News, it doesn't have to be true. People are just trying to spread a hateful agenda and trying to use fear mongering as a tactic to get people to believe in what, these news sources are trying to get them to believe in. And that's just the reality of the world that we live in. So I understand how people, get on the internet trying to, understand what's going on, and they run across all of this misinformation, and then they share that misinformation, and then like Janet, they realize, oh, actually that wasn't true, my bad. And that's why, and I say this for myself as well, as someone that's on the internet a lot and sees a lot of this stuff going on the internet, and from these different news sources, it's very important to think before you say things and think before you share things, because it's not always true. And I hate that, because people that post false information, that's terrible and they shouldn't do that. But people ultimately will see that and potentially fall for those things. And it's very easy to do on the internet. And I definitely think that's what happened to Janet in the situation. And sometimes it's best if you're not 100% sure about something, or you could potentially come off as ignorant about something. It's sometimes best to just sit and listen rather than speak. You know what I mean? Another thing is, I know a lot of people are really not happy with celebrities talking about political things. I will say, I do find it funny how a lot of the people that have issues with celebrities speaking out about political things, it's simply because the celebrities' views don't align with their own. I'm like, that's why you're mad. It's not really because they're a celebrity, it's because they don't agree with you. I understand why some people are upset, because obviously celebrities financially especially live privileged lives compared to regular everyday people. Like, some of us are literally just trying to afford rent so we have a place to live, and then these celebrities have millions and millions of dollars. So I understand the frustration in that. Obviously, I'm going to mention Michael. Like, Michael had a lot of money, and I feel like he was the perfect example of a celebrity using that money for the better. He was donating to charities. He was truly trying to make the world a better place. And to those celebrities that do that truly want the world to be a better place, care about people, everyday people that are just trying to get by, I have tons of respect for people that do that. I don't consider myself the best speaker or someone that claims to know everything when it comes to what's going on around the world or politics, but I did just want to share my thoughts on that real quick. Yeah, that was a very weird comment to make, in my opinion. Oh, and then her apology was definitely not written by her. Anyone on the internet, you should probably try to educate yourself, and if you make a mistake, you should come out and say, what I did was wrong, right? Actually mean explain it, and do not make those same mistakes again. Like, I get nobody is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. I've made mistakes. It happens. But I do try to watch what I say online, especially when it comes to things like this. That is how I feel about that. I'm going to keep this very short and simple because I don't want to get into a whole bunch. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was more of a serious one, but I did want to talk about those two things. Bye, guys. See you in the next video.